Welcome, gentlemen.
How's it going?
It's another day. We got coffee inside ready for you to go. We got the lift all prepped and ready.
Yeah.
You might recognize another car to your left when you pull in over there. But
All right.
All right, so we made it back to MAPerformance, where we're here to kind of take the car to the next level. We're gonna do some intake work. We're gonna do some exhaust work. We're gonna get some before and after dyno sessions. And if we have time, since we're only here for a day, we might do something with the brakes. So I'll toss it off to Charlie to let you know the ins and outs of the performance parts and what we might be expecting for power for the before and after.
What's going on, you guys? I'm Charlie from MAPerformance. If you haven't seen me already, I'm kind of the face of our channel on YouTube. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, feel free to check us out at MAPerformance on YouTube. Otherwise, today we're gonna be doing some work on this S2000. As he mentioned, we're gonna be putting on a dual exit skunk 2 catback exhaust. We're running some big boy pipes on this thing. It's gonna be relatively loud. Hopefully it allows for a lot more free flowing air to go through. Hopefully leaves for some potential for some power gains. In addition to that, we're gonna be adding an AFE Takeda intake to the car. It's got tons of cool components to it. There's a lot of nice air box dams and things like that to allow airflow directly into the intake. So we went with that brand because it seems to work really well and also makes some really good induction noises. So if you like those sounds, we're gonna get some of those. Also, like you said, if there's time allowing, we're gonna see kind of how things go if we run into any snags. We've also got some SP Performance slotted rotors that'll be going on here and some pads as well from them. Whatever we don't get to today is going back to Fitment to get done there. So don't wanna waste a ton of time talking about what we're gonna do. Just get busy.
Let's just get right into it.
All right, you guys, so now that we got all the old crusty OEM stuff out of the way, it's time to go ahead and put in the brand new AFE Takeda intake. So as I had mentioned before, this thing's got all sorts of cool air dams and funnels for the air to get into, ensuring that you're getting the coldest possible air into this beautiful Honda engine that we've got here before us. So now that that's out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and install this. It's got a very interesting plastic tube over there that Tiny's holding ever so provocatively. Guys, we don't want to take up too much more time. Tiny's itching to go ahead and put this in the car. I'm itching for it to be in the car. I just wanted to give you guys a once-over of what this thing's all about. Nothing left to do but to do it.
Advanced flow engineering. Advanced flow engineering. Advanced flow engineering. Advanced flow engineering. That's sick.
It's gonna look really clean.
Well, these guys are tidying up the engine bay with the intake install. Let's go check out Alice's S2000, which is also here to get some stuff done to it. But what happens when you buy a clapped car instead of a clean car is before you can put on all of the fun bits, you have to go through and you gotta fix all the broken bits, which can be very expensive, tedious, take a lot of time, and I hope it doesn't get finished before our competition so we automatically win.
You know, there's things like hardware store bolts that hold the engine in for the mounts. There's screws that aren't even actually put in all the way. I mean, these bolts are barely threaded, if I'm being completely honest. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that the transmission's the only thing that broke after a track day. Making it out with that in the car even is a success.
Clapped car, clapped car, clapped car, clapped car.
All right, you guys, so now that the intake is fully installed, the next thing to address is the catback. As expected, this one's properly rusted at this point. It's got a little bit of wear on it. The car, though, is obviously in good condition standing underneath. The one thing that we're unsure of is whether or not The 3-bolt flange here is going to snap when we undo some of that. So fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. However, we do have the amazing Skunk 2 dual exit catback exhaust for this that we're going to be putting in. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't want to take up any more time. Honestly, we need to find out if these bolts are going to snap or if they're not, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit longer of a day than we expected.
I don't like that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. If you guys want a chance at winning this car, all you gotta do is head over to the website, fitmentindustries.com. We got a bunch of sick merch with the S2000 on it, wheels, tires, suspension. We got some hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we've got signed posters, and all kinds of other cool stuff. I think we're getting socks, maybe. Anyway, every $5 that you guys spend is gonna give you one entry to win a freaking S2000 of your own. It's all modified and cool and stuff.
It has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted.
All right, guys, time to do that first coveted startup after installing a new exhaust. Oh.
It's so much louder.
It sounds so much better.
Oh, see, yeah.
Sauce
I
it to
think
the
I'm
moon.
big. Sauce it to the
$9
moon.
grand. Let's hear it.
That's so much more spicy than I was thinking, because it's just a catback, right? Like, oh, is that gonna get that much louder? Factory emissions, factory header. I am so jacked. I cannot
sounds
wait
way
to
better.
drive this and be able to hear it. From the front and from the back simultaneously.
There are a few things more satisfying than installing a new catback on your car. All right, you guys, for the next episode of the S2000 build, stay tuned because things are getting nutty.
I'm feeling optimistic, but I also don't want to look like a dumb idiot in front of everybody. What? That's crazy.
8 more horsepower.
Well, first of all, that means I win because I
That's
got
a 5% increase over stock.
without a tune. That's crazy.
It's super consistent. All right, you guys, so obviously this thing made a relatively significant jump considering, okay? It went from 195 wheel horsepower to 206 wheel horsepower.
Crazy.
Absolutely nuts. And then it went from 133 wheel torque to, what was the final highest number? 139 wheel torque as well. So
You just put an intake in and exhaust on it in an hour and a half and 8 horsepower.
exactly. The standpoint or the question of whether or not an intake and a catback makes a difference, when we're talking about the Honda S2000, it appears that it does. Now, I don't know if you guys are necessarily going into this expecting 35 wheel horsepower jumps or anything like that necessarily. I wouldn't expect those things, but 5 to 10% increase over stock is a significant improvement.
You'll feel it,
considering.
and you'll hear it, and you can see it, and it looks a lot better. Why wouldn't you do that to anything?
The things that you're gonna notice the most are just the driving differences within the car. So the next thing we're gonna do, my favorite part, get this thing out, rip it around a little bit.
All right, well, before we get out of here, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Charlie personally and MAPerformance as a whole. A, for being knowledgeable with everything, having everything we need, helping us put everything together, and just completely changing the car before we get our hands on it. So,
Dude,
yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for coming out, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So we made it back from MAPerformance. Thank you guys, everybody at MAPerformance, Charlie specifically, for showing us around and helping us with everything, getting this set up with the intake and the exhaust and made that real nice. But by the time we got back, we had our wheels, tires, and suspension ready to go. So we're gonna get that done now, but we're not gonna do that this episode. You're gonna have to wait for the next one. Speaking of wheels, tires, and suspension, right on the shirt, this merch right here, we got like 4 other shirts. We got a bunch of accessories. We got wallets, and we got sweatshirts and hoodies and other t-shirts and other designs all on the website. And everything you buy, every $5 that you spend gets you an entry to win the friggin' S2000 with everything on it. We've got all kinds of partners that we're working with. We're gonna be donating a portion of each purchase to Reach Out Worldwide. We're also working with Rotiform. We got some wheels for this thing. BC Racing. We're talking about, what else we got on the back?
Rotiform, Continental, BC Racing, Road America, Reach Out Worldwide, and MAPerformance.
Yeah. So you can get all that stuff at fitmentindustries.com. So yeah, let's get this stuff done. And then the next episode, you'll see bye.